All right, Sweet Child of Mine. Kind of a tricky one. It's actually been a while since I played this one, so I had to get kind of re-familiar with it. But I had a request to do a video on the intro, and this song is actually played tuned down half a step from standard tuning. So if you're wanting to play along with the song in standard tuning, play everything that we're going to learn here today back 1 fret. So, for instance, this song actually starts off on the 12th fret on the D string, B on the 15, G on the 14, G on the 12. So if you're not going to tune down, you can just go back, instead of starting on the 12th, start on the 11th on the D. And then 14 on the B, 13 on the G, and 11. But it's actually played on the 12th. So, like I said, 12th on the D, 15 on the B, 14 on the G, 12 on the G, 15 on the E, 14 on the G, 14 on the E, and back to 14 on the G. So now what I do is I use my middle finger and just get the G and the E at the same time. So you're gonna have to kind of flatten it out. Instead of using your fingertip like you normally would, you're gonna grab both strings. You can just go across the bottom 3 strings, but you're gonna play the E and the G. You're not gonna hit the B on that 14th fret. Alright, so he does that twice. Then the opening note on the 12 goes to the 14, and then everything else is the same. So 14 on the D, 15 on the B, 14 on the G, 12 on the G, 15 on the E, and then 14 on the E and G like before. Does that twice. Then it goes, the opening note, back to the 12th fret, but you're on the G string this time instead of the D. And everything else is the same. And back to D. So he does it 2, 2, 2, and 2. That's one complete bar or run or whatever. So then he's going to start it over and do the whole thing again. 2, 2, 2, and 2. And I think it's a total of 22 times the opening. So at one point you're going to be holding that D string 4 times in a row. So I'll show you what I mean. See that? So at the end of one run and the beginning of the next run, it's 2 and 2, so it's a total of 4 times that you're going to hold that. And then on the very last run, which was, like I said, I think the 22nd time, you're going to end with the G string as your opening note. And then this is kind of tricky. G on the 14th, E on the 12th, back to G on the 14th, then B on the 15th, so 12 on the E, 14 on the E, back to G on the 12, or 14, E on the 15, G on the 14. So you're kind of you're picking, like alternate picking, and that G on the 14th never changes. See that? Back to 14, back to 12, back to 15 on the B. So it's but you're hitting that G on the 14th each time. I use my ring and pinky to get the 14 and 15 on that E. So again, I just hold my middle finger on that 14 on the G though. So it's actually see that? That middle finger on the G though, in between each note, is what kind of makes that little pattern tricky. See that? But you gotta get that G in there. And it goes right into that, like I said, after the last run with the G on the 12th being the opening note. So again, if you're going to play this without tuning down, just drop everything back a fret. But if you're going to tune down and play the way Slash plays, start on the 12. And for me, the easiest way to get those opening notes is, so your index finger, remember I said I use my middle finger to grab that G and E. Well, when it changes to the root or the opening note to go to the 14th on the D, I just roll it up. See, I'm already right there. I just roll it up. It's really not that hard, but it's tricky to get it right. And because you're playing it 22 times in a row, you're going to have a lot of practice at it. And you know, the chorus or the rhythm's pretty. See how same thing, you end that and begin the next one. That's the end. That's the start. But, you know, everybody wants to, you know, when you play Sweet Child of Mine, everybody just really wants to hear that opening, so. Alright, hope you liked today's lesson. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Stay tuned for the next video. Thanks, guys.